Welcome back, Challenge fans. We've got Team USA, Team UK, and the very wonderful question that's on the top of everyone's mind is, has The Gladiator just been released in the UK? We're going to figure all that out and more coming up in a second.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz
Woo! Woo! All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome back, Challenge Mania, World, Team USA, UK, fans, fanatics, everything. We are so pumped to be here. Tonight was season 34, War of the Worlds 2. The British are coming. There's a lot going on here. We are going to get into it all. I want to introduce you to everyone. Sitting to my left is the inimitable.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Is that a good thing?
Yes, unable to be imitated. The fantastic, the amazing.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Disney Dan.
I'm back.
He's got a few quirks, and he's going to tell us about them.
Oh, I have different colored eyes. It's called heterochromia, and don't worry, it's not contagious.
Yes. And
Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you. Woo!
Welcome back, Dan.
Thanks.
And new to our panel,
Yes.
but no stranger to the MTV world. You may have seen him on AfterBuzz's Shot of Love or Jersey Shore Family Vacation. We are so happy to introduce Benny.
Thank
Yay.
you. So excited to be on this panel. Huge fan of the challenge like no other, and can't wait to talk about it.
Okay, awesome.
Welcome.
And again, you know him, you love him. It is the one and only DPC. Take it away.
What's going on, guys? How we doing? We are back. Seems like we've been gone forever. Feels good to be here again, though. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, good. And my name is Pamela, and I am going to be breaking down all the stuff for you tonight with the amazing panel. We've got a lot of great stuff that we're going to go over. We've got the drama, the competitions. We have some only for this show, never before heard news and gossip. And we also are going to go over our top 3 returns that we're excited to see this season. So without further ado, let's jump right on into it. We're going to talk about our overall thoughts. What did you think
Oh yeah.
about this episode?
Let's start with how amazing the intro is with there in the army truck.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that music that's playing, I thought I was watching a movie,
Right.
which is awesome. And then a girl becomes single and then gets scooped right back up by a guy. Could have been my girlfriend D, and I missed out.
Okay,
Wah,
well,
wah,
She
wah.
became
gotta-
single. Next day, boyfriend. Bam, over to you.
all right.
They're definitely stepping it up from last season. Last season was amazing, and already in this premiere episode was epic. So I'm super excited just to see like where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And Dan, right with you, watching that intro just gets you pumped up. You feel like you're watching some cool like
It was
war
great.
movie or something.
Yes.
And like, yes, I was totally sucked in right away. So many twists and new little things. I mean, I think it's awesome. I like it. I like the whole how you can kind of jump sides, different teams,
Yeah.
and then just how the episode played out with CT.
Yes.
And it's just like there's a lot of drama in this one, but I actually really dug it. Normally I'm not the biggest fan of all that, but it worked out. I really liked it because it wasn't boring, and it really sucked you in. So I'm excited.
Yeah. So let's just break right into the way that the game is structured this time. It is teams.
Yeah.
So we've got the UK versus the USA, and then the killing floor is now the proving floor this time around. But they will have a tribunal. Then they snuck in some twists. So the twists are you can nominate someone from the opposing team or your own team.
Right.
Which we'll get into what we think the pros and cons of that are. In fact, let's just get into that right now. What do you guys think of that twist?
I mean, I think it's great because you can, in theory, you can get rid of someone on your own team that you're really not feeling or you don't want on your team anymore.
Yeah.
And then, you can obviously go against your other team. That's fine.
It's hard to see it unfold because right now it seems to me like, well, duh, don't you want to take down
Right.
the opposing team? Like, why on earth would you ever want to? But I'm sure down
at the end
line.
we get the other twist though, so it really doesn't matter because you can literally switch teams if you win a end game thing, whatever.
Very true. Yeah, and then to your point, Dan. Yeah, it's kind of just like this never-ending cycle because if you win, then it's like say you got sent over, right, or whatever the case may be, and then you win something like no, you jump back. I mean, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first I was a little about it, but then thinking like, okay, say they do vote someone off of their own team, they're also thinking about the final and running against their own teammates in the final. The more people they have, the more they have to split that money, like whatever they're gonna win. You know?
Yeah, and there's instances. It seems like this team is pretty strong for the USA. They're all strong competitors, and they all are strong egos and personalities, which they touched on. But this might work, for instance, in a situation like Bananas found himself in, where he was literally the target every time. It's like, you know what? I'm going to the other side.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's a great.
That's what I was saying about
so
Wes.
those kinds of things
If
are.
Wes is making that many friends over on the UK side and he gets sent into a proving
Why
grounds
not?
Right.
elimination, bam, he's on the Team UK.
and they're
Exactly.
buying what he's selling at this point. Like, everybody on Team USA knows Wes's shtick. So it will be interesting to see how that twist plays out.
Yeah, I
because
love it.
that is something we've never seen before.
Well, that was the best part. They made such a big deal of it being US versus UK. And I'm like, wait, Turbo won last year.
Right.
He's not from those places. You're telling me you're not going to let your winner back in this thing?
Right.
He was the
Right.
best.
Right.
Yes.
So,
And, yeah.
speaking of Turbo, let's talk about the CT situation, which we saw
Sure.
right off the bat. So CT is obviously a veteran of the USA team. He's worked with these people and the rookies for years and years. He comes, he's cheering for them, and when they have the chance to pick, because the USA won the first heat, which was getting 28 flags in your thing.
Right.
And so they decide, so their choices are picking against CT or Turbo and D and Ninja. David, what do you think of the choice?
You know, like I've said many times before on here, I'm Team Vets. I'm the
Okay.
old guys, right? CT's my dude.
Yeah.
I'm always having, I back him. But, with this decision, I think it was smart. Turbo, I love Turbo, as we saw last season, dude. That guy just earned my respect. And I think it's just a smarter move. He's more agile. He's younger. He's in better shape. And no, disrespect to CT. I love CT. But I think just with the competition, not knowing necessarily what's ahead, it's just a better move all around. And it sucks because it is kind of shady,
Yeah.
but at the same time, this is a game and you're playing to win. So I think that's a better chance to win having Turbo on your team.
Yeah.
I think they should have went with CT. Like Cara Maria said it herself, it's gonna screw them over in the end because he knows all of them. He knows their weaknesses. He said he knows where their bruises are, and he's gonna go after them hardcore because he's a vet and he knows how to play this game. He might not be the strongest guy like he was before, but one thing about him is he has a lot of heart, and I
Yeah.
think that's what's gonna take him
does,
to the
yeah.
end.
And then when they have to have one challenge where they run 3 miles, he's screwed.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
mean, it's just an interesting line. This is what they should have done, but the producers wanted drama, and I'm Danny Drama, so I'm gonna tell you what's going on.
Okay.
They should have just put CT and Ninja on the US side and taken Turbo and D and put him on the other side and have it be a US versus the world.
Yeah.
And they could have just
Wow.
been done with it, but they wanted that little drama.
But where's the
where
fun
they,
in that?
Yes.
Right,
They're
they wanted
mixing
the
it
drama,
up.
so that's what they did, and they got their drama. And then at the end of the episode, like, oh, by the way, you can switch teams if you want, if you win an elimination.
And to that too, just spoiler, I think.
Okay.
Anyways, in the previews that they showed,
Yeah.
if you look closely, it shows CT with an American flag on the jersey
Oh.
as if he crossed teams.
Oh.
So
I missed that.
I think he might be jumping ship, guys. So
Good
we'll see.
spot.
Which means he
saw
has
it.
to win elimination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So now when we watch an elimination with him in it, we
We're like, oh,
automatically
he
know
won.
the
Got-
other
we
dude's
already
going
know.
home.
Yeah.
Okay,
so-
while we're on the topic of CT, let's lead into CT got a little hot-headed tonight already,
Sure.
episode 1, and things are on fire. We saw drama between Georgia and Josh have a romance, allegedly, which
What?
I'm not buying. Yeah, did you see
Yeah.
that? I was like, she does not like him.
Time out. All right, we'll get into that in a second.
And then Josh, I think, has a big head now, who
He always had a big head.
well, he physically has a large head, but in this instance, he seems to be, stepping up to CT, which someone had a good point. I think it was Wes. It's like, CT's giant, he's crazy, he's asking you for space, give it to him.
Right.
I agree. It's like, don't, beat your chest.
Yeah.
With CT, show him he's like, I'm not disrespecting you. And it's like, you are by continuing this. Like, just stop and
But I
leave.
mean, in the same regard, though, CT was also continuing it, and I don't even know what that damn fight was about. It was awful
Nothing.
the whole time.
Nothing.
No
But
clue what it
like,
was about.
what did Josh really do to get CT so
Nothing.
boiled up? He was kind of just in the room. He was talking with Laurel, apparently.
Yeah.
And CT didn't want him to be in his personal twin-size bed area.
Right.
So that was an issue.
Which might be ridiculous, but my point is, with due respect to CT, when he's coming going, please just leave, like when he's freaking out clearly, the cool thing to do we've all been in that situation where you're going, what? I'm not doing anything. And you're instigating
Right.
someone that's having a freak out.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if Josh just said, sorry, dude, and left.
I agree. I just think
know?
Josh was caught so off guard about what was actually
Yeah.
happening. He's like, I actually like you, man. I thought we were.
I don't think
who
he
wouldn't
was.
want to be friends with CT? I know if CT got mad at me for something, like, dude, I've been watching you for 10 years, man. What the
And
hell?
if he said, please get out of my room, I'm really fired up, you would leave.
Right, because I mean, you can see CT was walking away. Josh kept kind of popping off a
Right,
little
like,
bit.
he's
and-
so dumb. Why
Right,
is he?
and I mean, and
Yeah.
we all know it's classic CT. We know how he gets. He was at
Mm-hmm.
that point, and I think it was a mixture. Like I believe, who was it? This Kyle said it that he was a little pissed off. Obviously, what happened with being voted on the other team. I think it was just a mixture of feelings that kind of just came to abrupt. And,
Right,
Yeah.
which brings me to the point that maybe it's not 100% Josh's fault
Right.
for just being in that area.
Right.
No.
This is what I got from the situation.
Okay.
I think Josh saw an opportunity to get in an argument with CT, one of the biggest guys, one of the biggest vets. People, everyone respects the guy.
Not at first. He didn't go in there to get in a fight, though. Or is that what you're saying? 'Cause
I don't think he
believe
got
that.
in there to get in a fight.
I think
but
once it got
I
rolling,
think-
he's like, why the hell
right.
not?
Once it got
TV time.
rolling, then he was like, all right, this is a situation I'm in. I'm gonna keep on going with it. I'm gonna be the one that doesn't back down to CT.
I agree, where I think it would have been a lot cooler and shown more composure and strength on Josh's end to go, okay, sorry, dude. Like, being like, I'm not scared of anybody in this house. It's just so lame. Especially...
Josh goes, I'm not going to cry. And he was that was the best. I'm not going to cry.
Hey,
Well, Cam took him.
Hey, I'll give Josh a little bit of credit this time though, because at least he's here not by default this time. You know what I mean? He
Fair enough, because he should have
Well,
True.
Well, thus far, he also
Right.
hasn't had to do
Yeah, so
anything
far.
at all.
But
So.
you had mentioned the Josh and Georgia thing. And I
Yes.
feel like all you guys don't like this. I think I'm rooting for Josh. Georgia is an upgrade for him or whoever.
Oh.
I don't know who he dated before,
Was
but
it-
I guarantee you
It's
Georgia's
for
an
sure.
upgrade.
It's for sure an
She's
upgrade.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I got a lot of nerd inside of me, so I can vibe with what Josh is trying to bring to the table right now. He got a kiss,
Ugh, but
this
he-
is
he
how
got it.
Come on.
No,
Yeah.
she snuck that kiss
Yeah.
in though.
She
She
liked
snuck
it
in.
though.
Did she?
Why do I like this? Why am I the only one that likes
She
this?
likes-
Where's that the alcohol talking?
She
is
likes
cute.
making Bear jealous.
I think
Yes.
that's
Does
what it
not
is.
like him, and his move
Bear
is...
was like hiding in
Hold
a
on.
corner somewhere. He hasn't talked the whole episode.
We gotta do... Yeah, he did. But we've gotta do Josh's move, okay? You're the girl.
Oh wait,
and
do I
I'm
get a
Josh.
free kiss right now? Wait, hold on. What's
No,
going on?
no. This is his move. I really like you. I'm really attracted
All right,
to
honey,
you.
Georgia.
Do you like me? Like that
I
part he
think
told
you're a
Amanda.
hunk. I think you're a hunk. I think you bring a lot to the table. You're a nice guy. You're not going to treat me like Bear did. I mean, this sounds great.
What
actually
are you
really good.
gonna
That's pretty good.
say?
I'll
What
give
are
you
you
that.
gonna say to, like, I love you spiritually, emotionally,
she was saying some
physically?
nice
Yeah, I
stuff
thought he
to
was a
him.
little bit abrasive. Like, you
was.
can, like, yo, bro,
I
like, kinda,
think she
you're
was
good,
just,
dude.
I
Like,
think she was just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
I think she's
I think
just trying
so,
to be
too.
nice to the guy.
Yeah.
I think so.
She
too,
doesn't
yeah.
come off as like a mean girl, so she's gonna be like, I'm just gonna be nice and not break his heart.
I mean, she
Yeah.
did go in for the cheek, and he, like, slid the face and got a lip kiss.
And last season with Georgia, when she was into someone, they went all in. She
True.
had no
Yeah.
problem making
Yeah.
out with him. She just went
Yeah.
for the cheek kiss.
Georgia is trying to make up for the mistake she made last season, where she jumped into a relationship too quickly with Bear, and now she's taking it slow. She's making it good. Good
Okay.
work, Georgia.
What
I like
I would
your
like to
optimism
say,
there.
and then we're going to bounce right on over to a little message and a shout out to our friends in the chat, is that Josh, everyone thought it was cute last year when he did it with Amanda, like, oh, he's so innocent. He's just saying, like, oh, I like you. I think you're pretty and I want to kiss you. And she was like, no. And he's got the same move with Georgia this year. She's just nicer.
All right.
I think,
my
yeah,
take.
I can see that.
So do we have a message?
Yes,
All
we do, you
right.
guys. So we here at AfterBuzz TV just want to thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. And in order for us to grow, we need your help. So if you're on YouTube right now, go ahead, give us a thumbs up. If you're on iTunes, go ahead, give us a 5-star. Working at AfterBuzz means so much to us. You have no idea. And
Yeah.
we just want to continue to learn and grow. So if you're on either of those, go ahead, leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. And we're just going to continue to give you guys amazing, great content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Moving right along, we are going to jump into our top 3 competitors that we are happy to see return and our reasons why. Why don't you start us off, Dan?
You want me to start?
Yes.
All
Are
right.
you ready?
I already know.
Okay, go. Guess my three. Guess my three.
D.
D.
Wes.
Turbo. No, not Turbo.
Wes.
Wes.
Yeah, Wes.
Get the last one.
That was my
Jordan.
pick.
No. I am happy Jordan's back, but not.
Me too.
No, I put someone in front of him. I got Wes, D, and
Laurel.
Kai, baby.
Oh.
Kyle.
His
Kyle,
hair
yeah.
and yours have both
right, yeah.
shrunk into a manageable.
We've shortened our hair up. Someone on the live chat asked if I got Botox, and no, I just clean shaved. That's all I did. I don't have my scruff this year. Sorry.
You do look fresh and clean, like a little baby.
I did not mean to look like I had Botox, so that's hilarious. But thank you. I look so young.
I think that's a compliment.
Okay.
Yeah,
guess.
it is.
Let's go on. Let's move on.
All right,
We're
my
learning
top-
about Benny's favorites now all
My
together.
top three. All right, I'm gonna say Bear.
Oh, coming in
That's
hot.
different.
I
That's
love
different.
Bear. Are you kidding me? CT and Nani.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Good picks.
I
And
can't
why?
jump on the Nani board.
What?
What?
Nani
yeah.
is like she's not a legend, but
She's a legend that's never won, apparently. Then.
Wow.
Why
I
are
speak
you?
the truth.
Why are you happy to see those three? Why Bear? Why Nani? Why CT? Which speaks for itself.
Bear is just he's such like a cool, laid back guy, and he's all about positivity. Well, no.
What?
No.
Wait, are we watching the same show?
I'm joking.
Wait, what?
I'm joking. No, but he's an underdog, and I really like the underdogs, and I sometimes think that he's misunderstood sometimes.
Okay.
And he last season he proved himself. He proved himself by winning a lot of challenges.
Okay.
And you know, you gotta give it to the guy. CT,
CT.
for obvious reasons. You know, he's a legend. He's been on the show for seasons upon seasons. And then Nani, she was off the show for a while. We haven't seen, well, she was on last season, but before that, she was off the show for a while. So it's just cool to see her back at it
Yeah.
and trying to just get that top spot.
Okay. And CT just because he's CT.
Yeah, CT because he's just CT.
CT.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a given.
DPC.
All right, Dave, you say bananas.
That's a given. Come on. Of course. I'm always happy to see bananas. No, but I'd go with Turbo. I mean, that's my dude. Turbo's hilarious. And of course, you know, the buddy Jordan, man. Stoked to see you back, dude. I thought he was retired, but good to see you back, brother. And then as far as girls, it's always good to see, you know, Ninja or D. Either one is rad. You know what I mean? And then I'm also a Kara fan, so I support.
Okay.
I'll say this. I like Kara's hair this season because it's actually real. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm into it. Let's see. I can't give her a compliment without dissing
No,
her.
it does.
It's hard for me to. I'm sorry.
And it's going to be more difficult for endless braiding, hours upon hours of braiding. Okay, so my top three are
Polly?
Turbo.
Polly?
Turbo, Polly with his cups on his back. Polly went
Yeah,
cupping
he
right
went
before.
cupping. He went cupping.
And we can maybe online have a special segment called like, what did they do to their? Because there's a lot of people that have something strange going on with different body parts and hair. Yeah. So Polly with the cupping, Turbo for sure because damn do I miss his one-liners. I am so excited for. He is like Bunny. He's
like
nice.
Bunny.
He's
He's
nice.
He
He's
is
Bunny.
nice. He was
Right.
nice. Sean was nice.
I die for my team. It's like, okay, Turbo. How can you not pick Turbo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And just his like
Tori.
Hadoukens, you know, like
Because
fireballs.
Tori, I think, is amazing. He's got his VFX that just follow him around. And Tori, I think, is just like doing it right. You know, she won, then she didn't win, then she took some time off. She's got a life, and she's coming in.
She's really funny too.
She's
Yeah.
really funny. How great was it when she was just grinning and watching?
Yeah.
George, and she's like,
I mean, she looked so cute in that pool. When
she
she
looked
was,
really
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I think she just likes love. Like
The rest of the
seems
night
just
she was annoying, not
genuinely-
knowing that you know the year, the date, 1776 and stuff. That all bothered me. I'm like 1764. Like, what are we doing here?
Well,
Bria Carter is surprised that ain't nobody say Laurel.
hold on.
Oh,
Bria.
yeah,
Oh, is that your
Carter.
third one? I'm
And
sorry.
number 3
Oh.
is
Oh.
Laurel.
There we
You
go.
didn't
There
get
it
to
is.
my
There
third.
it
I'm sorry. I thought you said third.
Laurel, for sure, 1,000,000%, because A, she's a beast. She's
Yeah.
incredible. I can't wait to see what happens with her.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, her and Kara. I mean, there's some serious drama there, and I am excited.
But
to
you
see
like
it
Kara, so
unfold.
I'm surprised because I'm more of a Laurel fan because of the whole. I love how she said that she's in that Kara's only in it for the fans and stuff, or
but-
getting fandom and stuff. Yeah.
But I also like. Okay, first of all, I'm a Kara loyalist, but it is getting hard. So
Oh.
it is getting hard.
Wow.
I
That's the first time we've ever heard
Yeah.
her say that.
Yeah.
I still love her, and I always will. And I loved the season where her and Laurel like mended fences and realized they loved
Sure,
each other,
sure,
and
yeah.
Kara grew as a person. So I want to see what happens there. I do think, though, to to defend Cara. Laurel does have a really mean side. Like, she can be really mean.
Yeah, well, speaking of mean, Laurel wouldn't let two of the UK competitors
became
go
like a
during the
wall.
trench
Though.
warfare. It was the
Well, that was great.
it's the reason they
That's-
won. It was a perfect move. It really
Awesome.
was. Yeah.
Competitive mean, but personal mean. There's some people she's been really brutal to, like that I don't think deserve it. And I think that, I don't know. I'm excited to see how it unfolds. I still hold out hope for that friendship.
Can we talk about this trench warfare challenge, by the way?
Sure.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Dan's conspiracy corner here, first of the
Okay.
season. Did you guys notice that the boys and the girls had separate running spots?
Did they?
Yeah, I believe there was
notice that.
2 running paths, and the boys were on one side, and the girls on one side. I'm sure the producers told them off camera, "Hey, boys on the right, girls on
Well,
the left."
that makes
do
sense.
not-
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's
You
still
can't have
against
CT
they-
preventing.
Right.
Hey,
You know,
I'm just
a
saying
girl
though,
That's a good point, though.
they didn't mention it in the
True.
intro with TJ.
Yeah, you would have some girls getting
Destroyed.
ran
I
over,
know,
yeah.
it would
Wouldn't be
bad.
pretty
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Okay.
Did you guys like the challenge?
I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping for the UK to win because again,
really?
I
You
know
like
I'm the under. I love the underdogs. I always like to see the underdogs come up
Yeah.
on top. Team US, as they were saying on the show, they're stacked this
Yes.
season. Like I think they're the most in shape this
Okay.
season than previous seasons. So I was a little rooting for Team UK.
Now, it has to be said that the Team UK is not really slacking too hard either. They've
They're
got
not.
some pretty intense competitors over there as
Yeah.
well.
They do.
We just don't know them
Idris.
as well. Idris?
Jeez.
I mean, yeah, you can start with Idris,
Yeah.
but then you can do, Joss.
Even Kyle
Joss has
Bear.
always been, I've always
Yeah.
liked Joss. He's got no personality on him.
Right.
And they, oh my God, do they try to give Joss a storyline every goddamn season?
Just
and they
a little
can't do
country
it.
boy.
Oh, let's put him and Rogan together, and they're a team now.
It's kinda hit and miss, you know.
I'm down with it. Whatever. He's certainly a nice enough sort. But the UK team, first of all, they almost won. If Laurel didn't do the block, they would have won. It's not
They
like
would've won.
Yeah.
the
That's a
good
US
point, yeah.
team smoked them.
Right.
And second, we don't know a lot of those guys. We know Theo is an incredible competitor. We know Bear pulls it out somehow. So does Kyle. There's a lot of people on that
Yeah.
team that
Yeah.
are pretty good.
Yeah, you
So,
definitely you can't
always
I
sleep
think
on
it's
it.
pretty well matched.
I just wish that Turbo was on the UK side. I just think it would be just that much more even, like perfectly
Yeah.
even. That's the only switch I wanted.
I agree. I think from a competitor standpoint, I think that would definitely
Yeah.
add a lot more.
My
to-
issue is, guys, is that I like competitors on both sides, and then I don't like competitors on both sides. So I
Right.
really, it's kind of hard to have a rooting interest. I don't really care that the U.S. won tonight. I wouldn't have cared if the UK won. I'm honestly in it now for who's switching teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
No, I
really
agree with
care
that.
who wins each competition.
That is a really good point. The way that it's structured, that the teams are so large, and at this point, it's just going to be a team competition.
Yeah.
It's hard to care, which makes it
You're
fun
rooting
to
for
watch.
individuals. You're rooting for individuals. That's all I'm doing.
Right.
You know what? I'm just gonna go on a big limb this early, and I'm gonna say Turbo.
Turbo's going to win.
No, yeah, no.
Turbo's gonna switch?
Turbo and Jordan, they're gonna make it all the way.
Oh, hands
Okay.
down.
Hands down.
Let's
be
talk
surprised if he
about.
won.
Let's save the spoilers to
Let's
the end, guys.
discuss. Let's discuss coupledoms now. Let's talk about your
Sure.
girlfriend. So we saw in this episode, Dee is flirting with
Single for an hour? Yeah.
Rogan
45 minutes.
because apparently she's ended her relationship she was in. I was surprised to see Dee turning it on because we did not get that side of her last time, and
Yeah.
I know you had a crush on her. I couldn't see it though. I couldn't
Had a crush?
Have a crush on her.
Thank you.
I couldn't see it because she wasn't
She
real
was not.
enough
I mean, she
in.
was very loyal
She
to
was
this
great.
ex-boyfriend. She showed. I mean, she did not flirt with anybody last season, and now she's single. And if this is what she wants to do, I
What
say
do you
go
think
for it.
about these two?
I mean, he's like, yeah, we're
Sure.
exclusive, sure. I mean, that's like the most cop-out dude response
Yeah.
I've ever heard. So it's probably not for reals, but whatever.
I think she's going to terrify him in like 2 days, and there's going to be problems there.
They had sex, and the next morning she's like, "So we're exclusive, right?"
Right,
He's
she's like,
just-
it's chill, but exclusive, right?
exclusive chill. I've
Right.
never heard of this.
See, I think it's gonna screw her over at the end. I think he's gonna
Yes.
like double cross her somehow. But I do like this side of her because last season she was kind of more of just like this one-dimensional
Right.
person. This time, like she's letting her hair down, she's having fun, what she should, and she's going for the hottest guy out there, the hottest guy who she thinks is the hottest guy,
Right.
and why not?
So another love triangle we have once again now: Cam, Leroy, and Theo all here.
Yeah.
What do we think? That's going to become some drama, or?
Oh, I didn't even think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, again, like.
yeah. And tonight, Bear, and we see Bear
Oh,
making out with we think
Kaylee. We think
in the
Kaylee.
previews.
Yeah. I think Jordan and Tori are playing it really well. They're
Yes.
like, I know we're
Yes.
together. And like she's, I mean, I have to admit, she's such a down chick for stuff like that. Some girls would be like, you're not showing me enough affection, you know.
Right.
But she's like totally like, no, like let's play this game right. We're both on the same wavelength. We both
Right.
know we want to win this money. Let's keep
They're
it
like
chill.
one of the coolest couples.
they
Dude.
really
Like,
are.
yeah, they're super. Remember Pam when we had them in here? They're
Yeah.
like super chill, and they don't throw it in your face or it's like obnoxious. You know, like we've seen on the challenge before, and like they're aware of that, which is really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
You know.
And they seem like two fully formed humans that like were kicking it, and it got closer and closer and closer. They weren't like, we're gonna fall in love today, you know.
So I'll do a little quick thing in my news then, because you were talking
Okay.
about Cam, Leroy, and Theo, right? But I know
Yes.
for a fact now that Theo is dating Zahida, and I don't know when they got together. But if they get
Oh.
together during this season right now, then therefore there's probably not gonna be much drama between the Cam, the tripod that you just brought up.
Okay.
Interesting.
Now the other thing, sorry, going back on
Yeah.
everything, is that Cara, the one thing Laurel said, this is back to Cara, Laurel, it just came into my head about
Okay.
knowing yourself, and Tori and Jordan. Laurel did say like she wanted fame. I don't even think she knows herself, and I do think that hits a core. That's where I feel like Cara, I've mentioned this before, has been so in the spotlight that like she's grown up. It's like a child actor. That I do think she needs to have some me time
And
with
Laurel
herself.
isn't the only person who said that now.
Yeah.
Like Johnny during the reunion, he said that about Cara.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are starting to notice that about
But that's
her.
not her. That's why I'm still. It's like, oh, shame. Like that's not. She's
And
not mean
a
or
super
bad.
chill girl. Like
Yeah.
I don't dislike her. She's actually one of my favorite
I like
players.
her.
But it's just unfortunate that all these people are starting to say that
Yeah,
about
she's
her.
just still awkward, and
There
she's
is
moved
a-
into adulthood, and she hasn't gotten over that awkward.
Yeah.
You know, she's come into her own as a competitor, but not. She doesn't seem entirely comfortable.
There's a theory in Hollywood
Okay.
that the age that you become famous is the age you stay for the rest of your
Oh,
life.
like you're arrested at
You're
that
just
age.
rested at that age because
Okay.
everything once fame happens, everything's just given to you, and you have no sense of just reality anymore.
That makes sense.
Okay, that's just a theory
No, I
they
like
throw
it.
out there. So in theory, Cara became famous when? 5, 6
20-ish?
years ago?
No.
10 years ago?
11 years ago,
11
yeah.
years ago?
That long ago?
And now
21,
she's
yeah,
and
she's
let's say how old is
32.
she now? 30?
32, 33.
So
yeah.
she's working with a 20-year-old brain right now?
that.
No, I'm not, no, come on. I'm not saying it like she's not smart. I'm
What do
saying.
you guys think? What does the chat think about this
Oh, well,
Cara
please
situation?
tell.
You know,
Let's give
here's
a-
my theory. I feel deep down like Cara's a good person. She's got a good heart, and I feel she's an easy target and is easy to break. She puts
Yeah.
on this tough, bravado
Right.
that she's this tough chick, and maybe to an extent she is, but deep down she's very easily broken. And I
Yeah.
feel like she still needs to find herself in certain aspects. And again, this is my opinion, so Cara, if you're watching, I'm not trying to talk down to you, girl. You know, I'm on your team,
No.
but that's just my perspective.
Which, speaking of Cara, leads us to our very exclusive news and gossip.
Oh, yes.
So,
Do it.
you guys, you're hearing it here. You're hearing it first. You're hearing it exclusively. There is nowhere else that you will hear this tidbit of gossip.
That's impossible.
So it is truly impossible. So our dear Jenna, who has moved back to New Jersey,
Shout out to Jen. We miss you.
sent us a message the other day that said, OMG, guys, I forgot to tell you. I went to dinner last weekend, and Matt goes, don't look now, but I'm pretty sure that Cara, Maria, and Polly are behind you. So I look, and Cara and Polly Pancakes and his big family are sitting arm's length from us at the Cheesecake Factory in Freehold, New Jersey. Woo! So they were spotted canoodling with Polly's family in New Jersey recently. Still going strong.
And so, of course, then we
and,
responded to Jenna, did you
What
say
did they
something
say?
to them?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I didn't talk to them, right?
Yeah.
Well, like,
Right.
Jenna.
Jenna.
That's pretty cool though.
Yes.
That's
She
awesome.
said she could literally hear their conversation. I mean, they were right behind her.
She can't get away from the challenge. It will follow her.
That's what.
Exactly.
Uh,
So,
yeah, so in my
Dan,
news and
take it
gossip,
away.
apparently Theo's not dating Zahida, but in this picture that they show of Theo in a what could be a hospital bed or a bed of some kind, he has an eye patch on. So apparently after this challenge, Theo was trying to uncork a wine bottle, maybe someone else was, but it hit him in the eye. And he lost full vision in his one of his eyes. I believe it's his right eye. Yes, his
will
right
it ever return, his vision?
eye. It says no here, but I mean, we've got to think positive, right? I mean, I don't know. But
Okay. We're thoughts and prayers, Theo. I hope that that is
Yeah.
awful.
So
And-
he's dating Kaz from Love Island.
Wait,
this true?
who?
Theo is, not
Dating
Zahida.
who from Love Island?
Kaz, K-A-Z? I don't know who that is.
I don't know. I
And my
don't know.
other quick news is about Maddie.
Oh my.
This happened a couple weeks ago. She got arrested for a DUI.
Oh.
You
Well,
guys heard
party
about
down
this?
south.
Dun, dun,
Well,
dun.
I don't- so, yeah.
All right. That's
Uber girl,
good stuff.
Uber.
Yeah, yeah, Maddie girl, exactly.
Lyft.
This is
One of the
Nice.
best inventions.
2000, exactly. It's
Uber it,
2019.
Uber it, please.
All right, so also now let's get into, we saw our first heat, we had a lot of house drama, and then we had this tribunal that was pretty hilarious. So Jordan, they didn't show us how Jordan became spokesperson for Team USA, but he did. I think he volunteered himself.
Yeah.
And then he got to pick two people. He picked Wes and Laurel. The three of them formed the first tribunal, which in this instance meant they were able to sit in on the opposite team's nominating ceremony. What do you guys think of all of that? The tribunal, the nominating ceremony, and then we'll talk about the actual elimination.
I didn't realize at first what Jordan was doing, and then I'm like, oh wow, that's a great move about with Wes, because I know you guys aren't like buddy buddy. You don't really, you more team up with Bananas, Jordan. So like, that's a fun move to get Wes in there, not because you just want his expertise on who to pick, but just to find out where his
Right.
alliance lies.
Right,
So
yeah,
that was
right.
fun. I like that.
And
Yeah.
leave it to Wes to just make that tribunal so entertaining. Like
Oh,
the
my
guy
goodness.
was just so like straightforward and serious about it. Like, you do what we tell you. We're not going to listen to you. Well, we might listen to you, but we're not listening to you. And
It helped because that Sean guy was so earnest too. He's
Exactly.
like, so I have to tell you that? And they're like, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
it's like
court.
court. Yeah, you have to tell the truth. And he's like,
good.
oh.
And it's so interesting because Sean is invited onto this reality show. And now a lot of people will be like, Wes was so mean, Wes was a jerk. I'm blaming this all on Sean.
What?
Because,
What?
this
Why?
I'm so glad no one agrees with me. This is fantastic.
Sean?
I see what you're saying to an
Because
extent.
if I'm invited onto a reality show that I've clearly never heard
Right.
of like Sean has, wouldn't I maybe watch a couple seasons before I put myself on national television?
He's
and
just
find,
been shipwrecked.
and
He doesn't have
find-
time to watch TV.
and find out what the hell this show's about and all the lies and conspiracies and cheating and deception that goes on in this show. So I'm sorry, Sean, but you had it coming, bro.
If you're on,
I
if
feel
you're
no
on-
guilt saying
if you're
that.
a reality TV person, like Morgan said, she literally left X on the Beach and went to the challenge. Maybe he had the same situation where they were like, "We're bringing." First of all, this is an American show. This
You
is the-
can't
Well,
call
do
a
they
couple
show it
people
in
and
the
ask what the
UK?
hell the challenge is.
Right. I mean,
what are we doing?
Did they show the challenge in
He
the
could have
UK?
maybe, but I'm sure this all happened very fast. I'm just saying, he seems
Call
like
a
a nice
computer.
guy.
Look it up.
He seems like
care
a
if
nice guy. I was sad to see him go.
He does seem like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Turbo said it, so I believe Turbo.
I would say to an extent,
Bunny.
Dan, I agree with you. I think the guy definitely should have looked up what he was getting into
What are
for
you
sure.
doing?
Two, he should have stepped up when he felt like he was kind of excluded and people
Yeah.
weren't paying attention. You're in a pool of sharks. This is all about people trying to get TV
Yes.
time and just really just manipulate each other. Hop in there, get yourself in the dance, get a little more notoriety, make some moves. You know what I mean? I think he was just kind of like out of the game.
It seems
you
like
know?
I agree that his social game was super weak. He could have tried to hang out with people the night before.
I mean, just have
Yeah.
more of a presence at least. You know what I mean? But then too, also on the flip side of that, I do understand that the guy being a rookie and just feeling out of place and then not
Yeah.
knowing what he's doing. I mean, it's all a factor. So at the end of the day, he seems like a good guy. Bummer.
He seemed like a little gentleman on a pirate ship, though,
Right.
too.
Yeah,
So part of
yeah.
me is like, maybe this isn't the like.
He signed up for a job that he wasn't prepared for. It's like
Yes.
anything in life. If you're going to do a job, why don't you do a little research about your job before you go out there and try to do your job?
But I feel like every season there's a rookie, or there are rookies who go through this, even if they've watched.
Right.
Not
the
to this
show.
extent. Not to this extent, though. He was he didn't even know. He could have at least said, "Hey, Wes, I know your games." He couldn't say that. He didn't know Wes's games.
No, he doesn't know
He didn't know
anything.
any of the names of anyone else on the U.S. He's like, well, I can't talk about the U.S. team. I don't know if they're good or bad. Watch an episode or two.
I believe he has never seen an episode of the
Agreed.
challenge. I do believe that, and so you get what you know.
I think maybe he got a little too cocky since he won the last reality show he was
Possibly.
on, and so maybe he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I got this."
Right, I do. I
I'd
think
like
so
to watch
too.
that reality show because it seems to me like that was just all like fun and games and hey, you want to join my island? Come on over. We've got suntan lotion. Like it didn't seem like it was like this type of show.
Yeah, I
which
think he
is
thought he was going
win
to
at
win.
all costs.
So I think he.
Oh, you thought he was going to win the
thought
pole tug?
Yes. I think he thought.
Oh.
Well, before knowing what it was, I think he thought, I'll go in, I'll
Okay.
earn my stripes. They all know each other. And I can sort of respect that, but at the same time, you never volunteer,
Truthfully, I was rooting for him. I was hoping he would pull it out
same.
just to kind of I felt like, give the guy a chance type of thing.
Yeah.
So I was rooting for him.
I wanted him to learn his lesson by winning. Like, he obviously made a lot of mistakes with Wes. At least if he wins, he has another opportunity to then not believe Wes.
Right.
So,
And, okay, so gameplay, Wes's UK alliance, what is the goal there? What does that mean? I can't follow Wes's gameplay.
Well, can any of us ever really follow Wes's game? He made, like they showed on who he's DMing, he had a Brady Bunch. He had a Brady Bunch thing plus 3 more Brady. He had a bigger than a Brady Bunch size amount of people he DM'd. So.
It's like, then Wes was like, maybe it'd be easier to just say who I didn't get in touch with before.
So
I think it's smart though. He has people on the US side, now he has people on the UK side. The only thing that's going to be his downfall is he's been on this show for so long. There are a lot of people who know his tricks and games, so some people just aren't going to fall for it, like Jordan.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what I loved, because typical West trying to do typical West, which in my opinion, I think it's too early. And literally Bananas called it. He said, give him enough rope, he's going to hang himself. And that's exactly what he did. And Jordan caught that right away. And now he essentially took over his alliance, because now that dude is in debt with Jordan, and that alliance isn't going to... unless he double crosses Jordan. But essentially, the deal is now he's got to take his back.
Although, why is it so snake-ish of Wes, and I'm playing devil's advocate, but why is it not cool for him to be saying to some people on the British team, I've got your back, like, you get my back?
I think it's smart.
Yeah,
I think he should
why
do
is
it.
that, he's such a snake in the grass,
because it's too soon, and if you're trying to, we don't know what the game is yet, you know what I mean? And if you're essentially making alliances with quote-unquote the enemy, it's not a good look, and and everybody knows how West works, you know what I mean? So right away, personally, if that was me and he's on my team, I'm gonna be like, okay, we can't trust this guy, you know what I mean? This isn't so, it's West, it's classic West.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I like that he does it. I think it's great.
Oh, he's hilarious.
I love that
It's
he DM'd. I
entertaining.
love that he DM'd everyone before the damn show. And
Right.
it just goes to show you that you have US versus UK, but then on the end of in those two, you have teams already coming together and inside. So you're having multiple teams here of people. There's no way Wes and Bananas are really a team.
Yeah.
They're on the same team,
On the same
but they're
team.
not ever going to work together to try to keep each other in the game.
Absolutely.
But how do you feel now about that alliance that Wes tried to start, now that it's kind of shot in the foot now?
I think that it's way too early to see, because I think that it was fine. I liked when all the guys were at the pool, and it seems like Bear has been odd man out this episode. And Bear's like, you don't say any of us. I'm like, oh, Bear, way to jump on in there and make yourself part of an alliance that you're not part of. But it's like, you don't say us, and we'll protect you. I think it's all sort of silly at this point, because they don't even know the twists that are going to be set up. The teams are so big. It's hard to, having people that have your back. Look, it worked for Wes last season. Johnny was sitting there trashing Wes's game, and I was like, look who went home on episode 2. Look who won the final. Sorry,
but
Bananas,
Johnny also has a lot more support this one. He's got a lot more
Jordan.
of a crew.
He has Jordan as his number one. That's insane.
Exactly. Yeah. Jordan is very powerful. So
wait, when did Jordan and Bananas become number one?
Jordan's always looked up to Johnny or something.
Well,
that was
vets,
the whole
you know
thing.
what I mean? They're like vets, and
I think people are tired of seeing Wes go home so early, because before they were not Wes, Johnny go home so early, because they were always trying to get Johnny out, because he was always the one making it to the finals, and he hasn't won one in a good minute. So I think people are like, all right, let's take the target off of Johnny. Let's go
the
to
conspiracy
someone else.
on Johnny not winning, right?
It's because he with
It's
Sarah,
the
right?
He hasn't won
Yeah.
since he screwed
since
Sarah
he-
over.
Well, do you guys think now, because with what's her name,
Ashley.
is it gonna happen to Ashley? Because she went home last season. It was first, right? Yeah.
We know how
First
hard it is
and
to win
Bananas.
anyways, right? So it's easy to jump on that bandwagon and say, yeah, Ashley's
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the curse. It's the curse.
I'm sticking with that it's the curse.
Me too, 'cause
I
it's
think
more
it's
fun
the
that
curse,
way.
yeah. The curse of the challenge. But I think Team USA really needs to learn from their mistakes last time and unite, not pick each other off, don't infight at this point. they can, when it gets down to individuals, they can start, but that is why they lost last time, because they were sacrificing each other left and right because of their personal beef.
There's too many people. There's too many people on the U.S. side that are never going to agree. They're never going to be able to work as a team.
But they're all so strong that if they would get past their egos, if they would let them not get in the way,
Good
they
luck.
could dominate.
That's a
They're
big
more
if.
experienced.
It's a big if.
They know the game better.
For sure
I
they
don't
know the game better, yeah.
Mentally and physically, because
Yeah.
they have some smart people
Yeah,
in
if
that
a
team as
Bananas,
well.
if they united Bananas, Jordan, Wes,
Oh, they'd be unstoppable. It'd be
Laurel,
crazy.
Cara,
Yeah.
Nani, I mean Tori,
They have
Jordan.
Pauly. They have Pauly.
Yeah.
Pauly.
It's
Yeah.
so stacked, but again, it's a lot of ego.
But if they really work together, at least until a certain point, and then it's every man for themselves. But if they worked together and decided to have their team be their alliance, I think they would do a lot better. So I'm hoping that they
Yeah.
don't get in their own way.
We should jump into the final, what's it called
Okay.
now? The proving
ground.
Proving ground.
Which
Dun,
is
dun,
so
dun.
nerdy. It sounds like a kindergarten, like show me you know me, like prove you
Show
did
me
your
you know
work.
me.
Right, like,
at high noon, and you better bring your lunch money.
yeah, it's so lame.
There it is.
What was it called last season?
The killing floor.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
different.
that
And now
was
it's the
dope.
proving
That was
ground.
dope.
It's like it's like show your work, like your math homework.
It's
like the proving-
2019. The killing floor
proving
was
ground.
too rough.
Right, too aggressive.
Too rough a name. Yeah, too aggressive, right?
Yes. Okay, so we get into it makes me giggle to say it, like the proving floor. It's really silly.
Well, Iris, or what's his name? I'm sorry, I'm missing up his name.
Idris.
That's not on purpose.
Idris.
Proved
Idris.
himself tonight.
He did.
Guy was
He
a
did.
beast.
Which
Yeah.
we don't know
Beast
him.
mode.
So Idris, I don't know what his other shows were. Do we know
and
anything
that was,
about him?
That was so disappointing. They only really showed us like Shipwrecked. It was the only guy we learned about. All these
Okay.
new people, I don't even know what the hell they're from.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
What was Rogan on before he did that quick 5 minutes on the Vendettas?
I want to say he
Just-
was.
what was he on?
X
no
on the
idea.
beach or
Was he
something.
on X
on
Or
the Beach?
no,
X
on the
Love Island,
UK?
one of those
Maybe.
one of those.
sex shows. Okay, I don't know.
Crazy shows. Yeah.
Dating shows.
They have sex on this show too.
But it's not like the goal.
I'm joking with you.
So I kind of do like the Rogan Joss friendship, but
It's fun.
and I like that Rogan's a stripper. I kind of like that. He's
Of
like, I
course
just
you
don't want to
do,
be
Pam.
identified. No, I don't like it because I like it. I mean, I like that it's just a funny role, like gender role. He's like, I don't want to just be like identified as a stripper. I'm so much more.
And apparently he's not good at it, so that's
Right.
hilarious.
And a very bad stripper at that.
Yeah.
So yes, it was weird that one thing that was so good about last season's War of the Worlds was that they gave us a sort of preview of all the people we don't know, and I wish we had something like that for this, because I'm like, Jen, who's Jen? Nicole, like writing down their
Right.
names, and I don't know what they're from, and we don't know them yet, so of course our hearts and our loyalty are with the team we know really well. You know, even the Brits that we know we love, but
Right.
it's hard when there's a team of people we know and love really well, and then a team of half people that we don't know and love really well. That just seems like a lot of them are just friends. Like George is like, this is my best friend. She's my mother.
Yeah, how the hell did she get on the show?
Right, and like
Her
Rogan
friend.
might
She
have
brought a friend on.
I
I don't
have no
know.
clue.
She was driving to the challenge. She's like, my friend's here. Can she be on? Like, what the hell happened with that?
Right,
whatever.
and Joss got Rogan. It's like, bring a
Yeah.
friend. Hey,
Bring a
bring a
friend.
friend to work day. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Anyway, so I guess so Jordan and who is it? Jordan and Laurel pick Idris, and then Wes picks Bear.
Yeah.
And then so Idris is going in against Sean. They have a great match. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure who was going to win. It's not like I was like, oh, Sean's got this or Idris
Yeah.
got this. I did say, oh my god, but Idris is a boxer, so this dude can.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, if he goes 10 rounds, I mean that's like
Bro
hours
was
and hours.
like, just trying to just
Yeah.
get off
Yeah.
like no other.
Yeah, Idris. I mean, he was literally like had him on his back, and then
Yeah.
Idris just shaking him off.
Yeah.
He's got that strategy. He's got the shoulder, arm strength. I mean, it's a perfect challenge for him.
Yeah.
It was-
Well, he proved dominant. I thought, because I think it was Wes, or no, it was Jordan said, like, when you look at them, you think Idris is just going to sweep this and win immediately.
And Sean held his
From
own.
and Sean held his own, but from the TV viewer, it looked like Sean was bigger and stronger and was going to I thought Sean was going to win.
I thought he was going to pull. I thought he was going to at least pull one out. I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Three
but
rounds,
it
yeah.
was impressive. Idris is now, we know, a force to be reckoned
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
So, it, again, would have been, I wish we had a sort of preview episode on all the new people like we got to last time.
One thing though I will say was kind of bothered me a little bit is Idris is after he won his celebration. A little too soon, you know what I mean? He got a little
Right.
crazy. I'm
Right.
like, bro,
I mean, he is-
your first challenge.
he's a
Like, come
boxer,
on.
though.
I don't hate that he's excited though, because I mean, has he been on reality TV? What did he do? We don't even know. We don't even know what this kid's from. So we don't know what he did. But maybe he. It's probably his
But
second
I mean,
time on reality
yeah,
TV.
so
Right.
you're looking at all these vets that have dominated, and are all very good competitors, and
Yeah.
it's a little too soon, bro.
I can see where he's coming from though. This is his
Yeah, you're
first
hyped.
challenge.
He's excited.
Just won like his very first challenge on this reality show, so you're gonna get that emotion in there, and
Yeah.
you're gonna wanna celebrate.
Yeah.
I can't hate him for not being humble. I would personally try to be humble, but then again, you got to be there to really know
No,
how
you
how you
gotta
gotta react.
definitely
Yeah.
be
You
stoked.
know?
Absolutely be stoked. But I mean, to be like, have I proved myself? It's,
No,
it's just
the Are You
entertaining.
Entertained
Like, it was
was good.
kind of
Are
like,
You Entertained?
I
a little
loved
much.
it.
Yes.
I
Really?
loved it. I loved it.
Bear did it last season. That's what I'm talking about. Gladiator, new release in the UK. That's their cool line
Hey,
that they all
at
throw
least,
out.
at least Idris at least watches the show. Maybe he knew that. Unlike
Maybe it was a
Sean,
shout out
who
from
never
there.
has watched Sean.
That's
True.
Listen, fine. Sean got what was coming to him.
Do you think Sean was cute? Like, because you really, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You really, the whole episode. I like this Sean guy. I hope he lasts.
He was really cute.
Okay, so
and I
okay.
never like have crushes on that kind of guy, but I
Yeah.
was like, oh, because he seems sweet.
You
too.
he literally said hello, and you're like, oh, I like him. I like how he says hello.
He was very sweet too. Well, then now trying to ignore that he's cute. Now I'm like, what a little bee though. Like that he was sitting there like, just to feel like an outsider. I was like,
well,
oh come on,
that
don't
was disappointing,
whine.
yeah.
But he was sweet in the Tribunal, and I thought volunteering himself at that point when you've got no alliances, no one knows you, is a kind of a solid way to go because what else are you gonna do? You know.
True.
Okay. Now, we are going to get into our predictions
Yes.
for the season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Favorite part.
Now,
Okay.
for AfterBuzz TV prediction.
The specific question that you guys need to predict
Okay.
is how you think, that's how it works in my mind, how you think it's going to go down in terms of the twist. Like, it's going to have to be, obviously, not a whole team of 20,000 people are going to win the prize.
Yeah.
And who you think are going to be, how you think it's going to be, come down to it at the end, and who you think are going to be the final 4, 2 girls, 2 guys on each side.
Oh,
Based on
that's
just
a lot.
based on
That's
just tonight. I know it's
That's a whole lot, Pam. Come
okay,
on.
just final 4 on each side.
Final
Let's
four
break
on
it
each
down.
side.
Final 4 on each side.
2 girls,
I'll
2
start.
guys?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna throw Jordan's name out there. I just think he's super strong. God. Anyone else want to throw a name out?
Yes, I'm going Laurel,
Okay.
Cara, Jordan, Polly.
Oh, because you
really?
think Cara and Polly will work enough as a team so they can stay in.
I don't know, but that's what I'd
That's
like
a
to
fun
see
four.
happen.
I think Ninja
it'd be
Natalie's
interesting.
gonna be one of them.
Okay.
I
She
think
was
she's gonna
almost
be one
there
of them.
last
Yeah,
time.
she was the
Yeah.
only girl to make
Oh,
it to
yeah,
the final.
she was.
Or the end of the final.
I mean, I have to throw Wes's name out there because he's my favorite of all time.
Okay.
Maybe not this season.
I'm writing these
for
down,
him,
so
but-
at the end of this season, we're going
Wow,
to.
I'm also
Okay.
gonna give one to Johnny Bananas. I think this
Okay.
is his time to at least make it
Okay.
to the final.
Okay, Bananas.
Potentially,
Another.
yeah.
You need another guy and
Another
2
guy.
girls.
I'm gonna go with Big T and Esther. No, I'm just-
Okay.
I'm throwing out names of people that we just learned.
Josh.
Nicole is going
I'm
to
going
win.
Josh.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with
Josh.
Georgia's friend because I don't know her name.
Come on, you guys. So you've got Bananas, Ninja,
I'm gonna
Come
go
on,
with
everyone.
not Ashley. I'm gonna go with not Ashley.
not Ashley.
So Ashley will not.
You know,
be
I'm
there.
gonna give one to Nani.
No way.
All
I
right.
think not,
You can pick whoever you
I
want.
think
I'm
Nani.
not gonna
I
defend
think she can make it. I think she has enough heart to finally.
She always
make a
comes really
challenge.
close. Like
She does.
It's not like she's
All right,
not good.
All right.
And you still need
Oh, no
one
one picked
more
Turbo.
guy.
I'm
One
saying
more
no,
guy.
Turbo's my dude.
Okay,
For sure,
Turbo.
Turbo all the way.
Did we
Turbo
say
and
CT
Jordan.
already?
Nope, you get CT.
I think we CT can
Okay.
make it.
All right, Dan, you're gonna have to come up with yours at a later date
Yeah, that's
because you have just not Ashley.
Just give me Wes. Just give me
George's
Wes.
friend.
George's friend. If I'm right on either of those, that'd be hilarious. All right, that was fun.
All right. Well,
Oh, and
everybody.
Idris.
Oh, Idris.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
Well,
now you're doing your UK. Yeah, come on, guys.
The underdog.
Idris picked another
Kyle.
UK is Kyle
I'm
for
gonna pick
sure.
Kyle.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kyle.
Yeah.
That's a given.
Kyle.
Pick CT if he stays there, but he's going over
You've
to the
got
US because we saw.
CT and 2 your UK chicks. Chicky babies.
I'm just gonna say Georgia just because
Yeah,
I want to see
I like
her.
Georgia.
I'm gonna say
the
D
whole
because
show.
I want to see her.
Georgia and D. Okay, we've got it, guys.
Great,
We have our
perfect.
picks for that time.
You don't have to watch the rest of the show. We
Yeah,
already
that's
have it done for
That's
you.
it.
And with that, why doesn't everybody say a little goodbye? Tell everybody who you are. Give
so
all
like-
your info. Well,
Yeah, that's
we're
perfect.
wrapping it up. That's it. We've got our predictions. We know who's winning. We got it all done.
Yeah.
David, why don't you kick us off? Tell everyone where they can find you.
Yes, thank you guys as always for tuning in with us. It was fun. Good to see you guys again. You can find me on Instagram at David Punkar Christopher, Twitter DPR Christopher. Take it away.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Benny Adams. You can find me on all social media at Benny J Adams. And then every Thursday, make sure you catch me on Jersey Shore Family Vacation.
Yeah.
The Dan Lindgren on Instagram. See you over there.
Thanks, Dan. And also thanks to Jonathan, our producer, in the
Yeah.
booth. Boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop.
Jonathan.
Yes, thank you. Woo, woo.
Real MVP.
And we're glad to have Benny with us, so thank you.
So
And
glad
we're-
to be here, you guys.
Yeah, and my name is Pamela Gross Jill. It's really Pamela Jill Gross, but it's Pamela Gross Jill on social media. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to those of you in the live chat. We appreciate all your feedback. And thank you. Join us next week as we get into episode 2.
Oh, yeah.
Let it heat up.
Later,
night.
guys. Take it easy.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.